Hey, look, Chase, and this is some wisdom and knowledge from an OG. You know what I mean? Outlaw Spots talking to you with my outlaw armbar, man. With my outlaw armbar of Amaru Shakur. You know what I mean? Hey, take this advice from an OG. When somebody's having a fight from fist combat, going down, you know what I mean? Don't go and battle rap afterwards. Cancel the event. What are you fools doing? Cancel the event, bro. Who cares about it? Why are you fools when me and James Goodman, okay, you want to talk some stuff, right? About me stunting and getting my what kick? Because this was a situation over what? This was a war between the Crips and the Bloods. Because I pushed James Goodman in the chest because he jumped in for Mike White, freaking washed, freaking Uncle Tom, freaking Buster of the century, tried to go over and join the football team with you guys, and he got cut and disappeared. Mike Shoemate just about dead now, wherever the heck he is, just about freaking. I don't wish any bad on anybody, but just the way, I don't know where he is, he disappeared, and I don't like him. He was stepping in this little dude, and he tried to get his little bony self up in my face. And I freaking took my solid chest from Division I football to basketball before I was injured. And I pushed him out of my stuff, but I yelled the Bloods on him alone. And they tried to surround me, all the GD niggas. Breland, James jumped in. He jumped in, the Samoan dude, the Tanyan dude. I don't know what he's on to. I don't care about him. I don't care about none of you guys. There's some clown stuff going on with this city. He ran and did slammed me into the chest like some freaking man, like some big old football freaking beast, freaking just slammed into me, bro, with strength. And like, you had to have all these goons jump in for him. All these dudes that could beat him, this little guy up, and you guys are all protecting him. You guys all want to protect him for the problems that he's having and the impersonation, the idolatry that he's committing to be somebody that he's not. And now he's done. Oh yeah, go play your CFL football, wankster. Go play your little low-budget football now. What'd he do? This man threatened me in a Securitas. That's right. I was meaning to go to Securitas. And report James Goodman. Report James Goodman to Securitas. He put on a Securitas. That was how where it ended. Little nigga. Little cockroach stinker. Put on a Securitas uniform and shot a video. And started talking all this stuff about me. Making fun of me being broke, homeless, broke down. You know, all this filthy, evil stuff that, what does it matter, bro? Yeah, I could be whatever, but I still ended up freaking body slamming you, and you still had a problem at the end of it all over at Santa Ana College, okay, that you had to get a cast and punched him on the ground, and he had to get up and run, bro. We threw down for like a few minutes and ran it back. He started it up. I'm not lying when I say this to you guys. And I'm not bragging about it. I'm just telling the truth. Okay? James Goodman got his little self freaking body slammed, bro. He was talking stuff. He was getting wild. He was challenging God. And he wanted to run everything back. And he got body slammed and he got hurt to the hospital. That's the last time. Okay? And it's not surprising. You know, he's a little guy. He's a little shrimp. That's why he's over playing some little low-budget football over trespassing in these places, over playing on little playgrounds. What's he doing? You're over playing on little freaking soccer fields. You're not even in a stadium. You're not even in a stadium, you know? And you're on this low stuff and you're freaking banging the Crips. Then you're talking something about the Bible. What the? Then he's talking something about the Bible, bro. And what is he doing? Yeah, right. James Goodman has some sort of problem with his anger, and he's forming war upon the black community. Because what am I? I'm a black man. So we should all be together. Why is all this chaos and dysfunction with this place? And nonsense, foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So learn from that. Don't run the battle back. Stop the battle, bro. There's more important things going on. That stuff ain't even important. That stuff ain't even real. Okay? You guys going over and rhyming. Yeah, then all of a sudden disaster comes out. Okay, and he's just going up and he's just hauling off and punching people right in the face who say something about him. Some scary looking Persian. He beat up the whole club. He punched this dude in the face. He said, I'll punch you right in your mother effing face. F your mother, F your father. He said, I'll punch you in they're a disgrace for even having you. He said this at a live event, bro, battling, disaster. The one that came out with Eminem and Body, the movie that flopped. Then he disappeared. I don't really care for disaster. I stay away from him too. Rob Dozier, all these little outside of the crazy industry freaking characters. I don't deal with none of you guys. Okay? But yeah, he beat up the whole freaking club. He punched this dude in the face. His name Matt Hoffa? What's his name? He just freaking punched him. He took his hand and just clocked him. Just boom, right in the middle of the battle. After saying, I should just punch you in your face. Yeah, I think he said something about his mom and dad being a disgrace for even having him. And he hauled off and punched him in the face. And then the whole club erupted and he was beating everybody up. He beat up the security guard. The security guard tried to stop him. Security tried to stop disaster. This guy, I guess Eminem was starting to manage him. And he beat up the freaking security guard. A big brother too. Who is this guy? Hey, look, I'm telling you, and they're going over and they're doing this crappy style of like nursery rhymes on some. It's just nonsense, dude. Look, it's all just absolute nonsense. That's what it is. That's where it's getting thrown to too. Okay, you're not going to be successful battling. Okay, and it's just a fact of it all. You're losing. You're losing more every time you're dissing somebody. You're losing because you're calling somebody out. Okay, in general, where that's just like not what music should even be about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting it be known, these are the end times, 2025. This is Santa Ana 17th Street Compton. This stuff's getting ugly. This stuff's getting crazy. Man, you fools, Malone's freaking original mics is gone after COVID. Actually, yeah, it was something with COVID that went down. I think that's why they closed it down. So it has something to do with COVID, 2020 COVID times. I think that's why they're getting rid of you clowns and this foolish activity. Yeah, because you're huddling together and you're spreading stuff. You know what I mean? You're making stuff worse. You know what I'm saying? So they closing stuff down. You know what I mean? It's about to get, by the time 2030, man, Santa Ana's going to be completely closed down, bro. They're going to be under maintenance. It's going to be awful. When what I've told is it's going to be like Armageddon. They're going to be rebuilding this, doing it ain't going to be good. It ain't going to be holy or anything of Jesus Christ. They're going to have cyber cars parked in the driveways, bro. They have underground barrier parking. Okay, it's going to be underground parking. We'll be parking underground. Okay, this stuff is over, man. Some funny stuff is going down, bro. We need to be focused on rallying together. Okay? Rallying together for the Lord, man, and prayer, man, because this stuff is getting crazy, man. You know what I mean? Like Santa Ana having the problems that it is, man. These hood problems, man, stuff is crazy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We gotta stop all this battle nonsense, man. And we gotta grow up. So I don't see much going on with Chase. Then he showed up over at my place of business. No, it was Von Trell. And they were talking stuff about this. So it's a bunch of filthy stuff. And it's a place of business, bro. Okay, you're coming into a place of business for me to pay bills and have a home to live in and have a car to drive. And what are you nuisance doing? Coming in here talking this nonsense that doesn't even truly even exist. Okay, there ain't no, I looked up Chase Hollywood. There ain't no Chase Hollywood. Somebody else is sitting there. Somebody else is sitting there with your name. Because it's so, look, it's so freaking common. This ain't even nothing even unique. You're being cocky, you're being arrogant, you're being hot-headed, you're just being foolish, bro. Cut this nonsense out. So I got to get running here, man. I've said enough. I've shot enough about this Malone's massacre. I get out of here, dodge these police. Thanks, man. This Outlaw Spots, 2025 AI, 7 feet the end, Taunts, Prophesied. You know what I mean? Malone's is shut down. Next to Original Mike's, Malone's on Dyer, shut down. The wickedness, the partying, the nonsense, dangerous stuff. You know what I mean? Bullets at my own brother, which is not good, bro. Bullets getting shot off in the club. I could have lost my brother, man. Shut it down, destroy it all, get rid of this stuff. New Jerusalem, new heaven, new works. My New Jerusalem right there. You see that box? Right there? It's New Jerusalem. We need to build a new heaven, new earth, New Jerusalem. Only certain people are gonna be in. God's going to wipe away our tears, take away our pain, fix everything. So God bless everybody. Santa Ana 17th Street, Compton.